Howdy y'all. In this video I'm going to teach you how to use a SOAP web service in Python. So I was browsing the internet and I came up with a SOAP service that we can use as a sample. This is called Calculator. And basically what it does is adds, divides, multiplies, and subtract using web services. So this is the base of it. If you want to see what they do, you can just click on here and they'll show you examples of how to use it. Now you could also click on the WSDL and this will show you the entire WSDL of how to use it. But I could click on here and these are headers, you don't have to worry about these, but this here will be the SOAP body. I'm going to copy that and you can see here that it takes in, here's the add method, it takes in two parameters, int A and int B, and those are going to be integer types. And then when you run that through the web services, it's going to give you this response right here, and this response is going to give you back an integer. Now let's go ahead and test this to make sure it runs. I'm going to use Postman and start a new tab. So that is not what I want. Here's the WSDL right here. SDL. So if you do a get on this guy, you're going to get this whole entire page, which is this page. So we don't want to do a get, we want to do a post like that. Okay, and our post is going to be this add method. So if you grab this out of here, and in the body, where'd the body go? There we go. You got to make it a raw. Add this into the body, and then be sure you change this from text to text XML, because we're sending an XML request through here. And once you send that, you're going to get an error because you have to change this to actual integers. So if we add like 12 and 13, there we go, 25. Now we're getting the right result. This is what our request should look like. This is what our response should look like. So we're going to do this programmatically using Python. Now for Python I use something called Visual Studio Code. That's my IDE. Very powerful, good stuff. I love it. Let's create a new file. We're going to call this SOAP test. Add the .py extension to make it Python. We're going to use a framework called Zeep. And this is how you use it. Go ahead and save this guy and then run it. SOAP test.py. When you run it, you're going to have an error. You're going to say no module found named Zeep. That means you need to install it. So Python uses an installer called pip. Pip install Zeep. We'll get it for you. And this doesn't take very long at all, and it looks like it's already installed. Let's see if it actually is. Go back and run this. And that ran good. Okay. So the first thing we're going to do with Zeep is we're going to create a client. Actually, we're going to import client from Zeep. So from Zeep import client, like that. We're going to initiate the client here, and then we're going to say the WSDL is equal to, and then we're going to grab this WSDL out of here. And yes, you have to use the actual WSDL on this one, like that. And if you run this, I run this every now and then just to make sure things are working. So something with Zeep you can do is you can import the schema definition, Python -m Zeep, and then pass it in this URL, and it'll actually give you the schema definition. Commandlet, what the heck is going on? Alright folks, it would help to know how to spell Python. Python -m Zeep, and then pass in that. This gives you the schema definition. You can see here We don't have to worry about these prefixes for now. Here's all the elements we're going to have. We can pass in add, and it'll give us the add response. Same thing for divide, multiply, subtract. Your types, we don't really have to worry about types. It gets complicated when you get some complex types. Bindings, there's usually always the 11 and 12 binding. Here's what we really want though. We want these services, specifically this add service. So if we look at this guy's taking in an integer for int a and an integer for int b, and then he's returning in the add result, which we saw from right here, he's returning another integer. So under here we could say we're just going to go ahead and print it. So client.service.add, because we're accessing this service from the client that we just set up here, and using the add function, because it builds all this on the fly. It's pretty powerful. And then we're going to pass it in the two integers, so 12 and 13. Save it. And run it. And there you go. 25 will be the answer from using these web services right here. And it's just that simple. Using SOAP in Python is just that simple. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. If you found value in this video, please sure to hit the like button. If you like what I do, want to see more, please subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.